it's MattyG and welcome back to Starfield. This is another ship's tour. This one's the SS Bounty, hunter class ship. And if you haven't guessed it, it's a bounty hunter. She's got teeth, but she's an A class, believe it or not. The looks on this one is by far one of my favourite looks. It's got like a little humpback with a curve. Let's take a little fly and look. So we've gone with a dark blue, really dark blue, almost black theme with the light, very light blue stripe works coming through, as you can see on certain parts of it. We have two wings. They are practical. Everything's very curvy and slopey in, not the usual massive amount of piping works. You see, it just slopes up using the new mods where you can flip multiple positions of parts that never used to. I forget the name of the mod, I'll be brutally honest. She's looking good. Slipping down towards the rear engine, we've got the sow engines, we've got 6 of the bleeders. Grav drive and the reactor are technically exposed. The shield is kind of hidden within that radiator wing there. Nothing in that side. I think it does look pretty cool with the engines when you can get so many of them on there. It would be nice if you can get even more, but it is what it is. We do have a front end but rear loading hab. Docker, not docker. Boarding thingy. Coming around the side, you'll see the colour slightly change back to that tinty blue here, running into the radiators and then back out towards the weapons. Got a fuel tank on both sides, just here and on the opposite side, before we have our weapon mounts sticking out the front of the wing, which I love to use because it kind of conceals the weapons from basically being fired on themselves. Engine breaker at the front and the cockpit at the top. Right, but that's all she wrote. Let's run on in and take a good look. Loading bay, that's the word, loading bay. So we're in. Okay, right, I'm rear facing currently. We have our exit docker at the top and obviously exit towards space dock at the bottom. We'll start, really matter, we'll go this way first. So here we've got a cargo hold. These cargo holds are pretty cool. This is a 2x2, but believe it or not, it's a 50,000 litres worth of cargo, so it actually makes sense to have them now. You can see the windows out the back towards the engines that are sparking for some reason. We've got a window on the side. So what we'll do is we'll go down one side first and then up the other side before going down the centre. And we've got a window or porthole, if you like, looking out between one wing and the central body, and we have that same on the opposite side. I do like to try and mirror the builds. These sort of builds are really easy to lay out as well, which is quite nice. Currently we have the infirmary down here. I'm not sure if I want to change this for the workshop. The workshop is kind of above us. I do tend to, you know, mix and match the habs and try to get the ones where I want them. Going into the opposite wing, we have the brig. So we've got 2 brigs here, we'll carry 4 people. And then if you come round with me this way, we have our VIP brig. So anyone who's kind of an important person would be brigged up here, and if they're really good and good behaviour, they could they use the open prison, which is just at the back here. We've got room for 4 bunks. There is linen, towels, games, laundry baskets, pillows, you name it, they've got it. They've even got a locker for storage and some trinkets. Do you need anything? No, go away, adoring fan, you're really annoying. They've also got a washing sink here, so they're really good and then come out of there. But next? Very highly unlikely. This little area here will be an extended armory. I'm planning on literally smothering this side here and possibly this side here with mannequins. And then we'll have our weaponry sort of in these racks here. If I can squeeze another rack in here, I will. If I can't, well, I can't. Moving on up to the ship, we go in towards the centre now. We've got 2 decks, upper and lower. We'll stick with the lower for now. Going straight forward, we then come into the living quarters for the crew, using the Deimos ones because they do give really good light here. So we've got 2 bunks either side. This is sort of the communal area of this area. They've got some windows there if they really want to look out of. I'll probably put some seating down here as well. Then we go into the second half where you'll have another set of bunks either side. I believe this is the Stroud version. And at the far end we do have a galley for all of them to use when they're not using like a mess. So coming all the way out, we're now going to head upstairs to the second level. We do have 3 doors which can be rather tricky, but the reason I'm not worried about it is because this door itself in theory should be locked pretty much at all times, only open and close when needed. Anyway, come up the stairs, go down one side of the wing, you get to the workshop, which may be swapped for the infirmary at some point, and that gives you all the benches you need with a nice area. You can put a sort of office at the back here. Coming across to the opposite side now, and this would be my quarters, captain's quarters. We do have a toilet. For some reason every time I load in this opens itself again. So that's the head. Little office to the right hand side. I use this one quite a lot now. I used to be a Galactic Nova fan, but I don't know, this one from Hope Tech just does it for me. I'm not a lover of the nav console. I do prefer to have a door coming in this way. It kind of eliminates the nav console and then gives me a full sofa in this corner. But in this build it just wasn't doable, so I still wanted this little cubbyhole bed with a nice looking memory foam mattress. So yeah, I went with this one anyway, and it's got a nice dimmer, darker look to it. Right, now we go to the door that should always be closed behind you. Down the vac hallway. We get to the control room. And then finally the bridge. So, bearing in mind this is classed as a hunter class. So we do have our own Tracker Alliance boards. That's the mission board. And also the self-service bounty clearance, which is rather handy if you're going to be a bounty hunter. Also, I've also put caution up there, and I probably will. I think there's a mod that have loads of different labels, so I might label up some of the ships at some point. So yeah, it's a nice, basic, simple little ship. It does what it says on the tin. Let's go and have a look at her. So there we have it, looking out over Jemison from the bridge. It's got a really good view walking around here. This is the Viking bridge. It's not the prettiest of bridges from the outside, but it kind of works really well with this style of build. Right, anyway, let's jump in the pilot seat. So the view from inside the cab, the cockpit, it's not bad really, is it? Really should mean out that speed. Does seem like something's shooting, but it's just where people are literally enjoying themselves. There we go. That's where people are enjoying themselves. We can have a little look around. So from the outside view, oh, that looks pretty cool. From the outside view, you can see firing the weapons. Looks pretty decent. The ship looks, I love the silhouette of the ship. It just looks right. It looks, I don't want to say the word, but I'm going to. It looks sexy. Right, so our mean average speed, I would say, is about there. That's about, I would say, 120. So our average speed at cruising is about 120. We go up to full power now. Maximum we get out of this engine. Bearing in mind this is an A-class, it's quite heavy for an A-class. 233 top speed. And then with the boost, now that's impressive. 933, almost 1,000 for something as weighty as it is. Alright, let's bring that back down to our mean. Going full lock left. .87 on average. So then we're going to go do a loop-to-loop. Again, 87. And now what we'll do is we'll top that speed up and see what that makes a difference. It's going to settle around the 222 mark, which is really actually quite good. Alright, weapons. Alright, we do have lasers. We have missiles. And hang on, I think I did that wrong. And now we have, sorry, that's the lasers. That's the particle. They are the missiles.
Like touching down on a cloud. Your landing skills never cease to impress.
So here's the SS Bounty. Reactor, as I said, it was an A-class ship. He's only at 34 crew. You can have a maximum of as much as you want if you reconfigure the HAB. So at this particular ship, it's a crew of 11. Our jump light speeds, or our jump light range, is 30 light years. Shields at 15.48, which is pretty darn tasty. Lasers at 31. Particles at 187 and missiles at 249. The value of the ship's just over 100 grand, and its mass weight is just over 1,000. Like I said, pretty on the hefty side really for an A-class. It's not looking bad though. Fuel consumption 420 out of the 2 tanks. The hull is at 887, which isn't bad for an A-class as well. Cargo is insane. We can have apparently up to 75,300. Shielded capacity of 50,000. I mean, yeah, like I said, insane. If I drag you around to the underside, you'll see what we have here is the 2x2 bottom piece from Tayo for the cargo, and it's 50,000 shielded cargo, but it also adds a bit more, obviously. So we've got extra from, I don't even know where the extra comes from. I haven't got any cargo pieces on here. But yeah, up to 75,000 in total. That I didn't realise. It's a really good one to have. And again, we've got the Hope Tech Captain's Quarters. And again, if you can get the connection point to be this side, you will end up with a nice sofa up here, and it will eliminate the nav console. So that's something to really think about. These habs at the back here, we've all seen these bellies from Deimos, but with the unnatural clip, you've got 4 sides you can choose from, and then you can also flip those as well. And as you can see, it makes a very unique look from the ship outside, and obviously you see it in space. It just looks really, really good. It's just a design I came up with, and it really has worked well. I was tempted to do a similar thing. Let me just borrow one of these a minute. Flip that round a few times, like so. I was tempted to pop one in there and have that sort of smooth going, and I might end up doing it. I honestly might, to get rid of those portholes. In fact, why don't we do it now? We can do it now, just so you can see what I'm on about, because I probably will get rid of these portholes and do this way, because I think this would look pretty good. Even more smoother lines. I like it. I like that a lot, actually. Yes, I'm going to be keeping that one. So yeah, we've got on board, we have 6, and I do mean literally 6 of them. The CE-09 missile launchers, absolutely fantastic. We have 6 of the single P4MW pulse lasers. And we also have 6 of the, if I can grab hold of them, stay still, the 35 MeV proton beam by vaporizer. So yeah, we've got 2 in here on both wings. I can grab the, can I grab the, no, I don't want to grab the whole ship. Alright, I just want to grab this piece. So if I pull this out, you'll be able to see a lot better. We're able to get both little lasers on the end and both of the cannons on the inside for the proton beams. You may get B classes in there. There are very few C classes that will fit 2 in there, but yeah, when you get them like this, you've got multiple anchor points. And once you've got the weapons together, you can just stick it in. And that's the same on both sides. We've then used this outer strut here for most of the other weapons. We've got 2 missiles, one on top and bottom, including the laser, and that's on both sides. A missile battery on top on both wings, and just in case all else fails and we lose the wings, we've still got 2. There we go. Still got 2 photon beams straight down the center. It looks like this is a power conduit. That's what I like about this. Building all these things here, and then you've got the radiators that almost look like they're powering up all these weapon batteries, which is, I think, pretty cool. I did put some Nova thrusters on there. The only problem I was having is, for some reason, when I went to take off, the thruster wouldn't turn off. At all times, one of the thrusters was going, and I eventually removed all of them, and it completely stopped. It could be a conflict with a mod, I don't know. So, I mean, yeah, you want thrusters on your ships, go for them, but just bear in mind that there may be a mod conflict somewhere along the line. If you're looking at the back, it's a bit more blocky. Again, I could get rid of these windows. This I'm not going to, though. I'm going to keep the back as it is. Look at those radiator wings there and there. Yeah, I think I like it. Like the engines, people will ask. The engines are, well, we all know they were SAOs, but they are SA4330 engines, and that's all 3 of them. They're basically the exact same engine, just flipped into the right places. There we go. You can make some really good patterns with these as well. Let me just drag these out a sec. So if you're going for a really small build, for example, there we go. You've got a double engine, you can do that way. You can go the same like this. Flippy some more. Or if you're going even smaller, you could technically have that just underneath a build. That one just over a build. Or if you're going for like maybe 2 thick wings and a tiny little body, you could have them at the bottom or the top of the wing. It's entirely up to you. And there she is. What a beauty, the SS Bounty. I probably will use this one eventually in the run through as well, because I really like the design. I actually like quite a few of my designs, if I'm honest. Not to everyone's taste, don't get me wrong, but you don't build something you really hate. There are a couple of them I don't particularly prize over any other one particular, but yeah, I'll probably use it. So if you enjoy what you see, don't forget to like, subscribe, do all the YouTube good stuff, and don't forget to keep an eye out for the story that's coming out soon. It's called Beyond Neon, a Starfield story. And as always, I've been MattyG, and until next time, into the Starfield, and peace out. Whee!
To the next level.